You are now tuned into Word on the Street on 95.5 WSB.
We're on the phone with Herschel Walker. He was at the grand opening of the RNC, African American Black Republican Community Center. Mr. Walker, I'm arguing with someone on Facebook right now, sir, and you were in the room. There was a bunch of people in the room. The room was packed. Would you say it was majority young African Americans in there?
Yes, I would say it was young African Americans that was in there, which I thought was great because you do want the young people to see what's going on. And I think some of the elderly people, maybe they couldn't have came with everything going on in this country, but I think everybody's becoming aware of what's going on in this country today.
And do you think that this community center is a step in the right direction, sir?
This is a great step in the right direction. I don't know how anyone can even argue with that point. This is a great step, and what's sad is, and I think you guys talked about it earlier, just because it's the RNC, they made a big deal about it. If it was the other way around, it would have been every news thing out there in the world would have been covering it. But just because it's the RNC, they think that's bad. I wish we can get out of this Republican and Democrat and think what's best for the community, what's best for Georgia, what's best for this country.
My man. You want to ask a question?
Well, I wanted to finish asking about Shelley. He told me he talked to you, but when he came in, he had his jacket off, Mr. Walker, when I walked in the studio. He had a turtleneck.
You guys got to quit calling me Mr. Walker. I'm not that old yet.
You're okay. I'll call you Herschel. I'll call you Herschel. I'll call you the great Herschel. So Herschel.
I like it, brother. Yeah.
Okay. So Herschel, I walk in the studio. He has his turtleneck on, and as soon as I walk in, he throws the jacket on. He's like, "Yeah." Herschel said he liked it. Herschel said that's the. I said, "Well, did you talk about anything else aside? But you like this jacket."
I really love this jacket because I had one similar to it, and I thought I was special. And when I walked in, he got a jacket like mine, and he was looking good because he had a turtleneck on, and I'm having like a T-shirt, and I'm like, geez, Shirley, you cannot make me look bad. And he had a jacket looking like mine, looking smooth. The button is buttoned up, and my jacket is open, and I didn't know what to think.
Listen, we're not going to hear the end of this, and I've got one more. I don't even want to hear any more about Shelley. We're not going to hear the end of this.
I just want to ask one question. When we talked, when I interviewed you and we spoke, one of the first things you said to me was you met Killer Mike. Can you talk about that meeting that you had and that conversation you had with Killer Mike? Because I found it to be fascinating what you said.
Well, one of the things, I before I even decided to run for office, I want to call him Mike. I don't know whether I have the honor to call him Killer Mike, but I saw Mike being interviewed a couple of times, and the things he was standing for, I really like talking about generation wealth and helping in communities and doing all those things. And I said, I want to help him. I want to do what I can to help him because of what he was doing in Atlanta. So I kept trying to get a hold of him, and it just so happened I decided to run for office. And the first thing I said is I want to talk to Killer Mike. I want to talk to him. So I got a chance to speak with him on Monday. And the first thing he said is, Herschel, you got to talk to Shelley. You got to talk to Shelley. And I'm like, man, I just spoke to him, and I'm going to be speaking to him again. But because one of the things you guys are doing on this station is giving people the truth. One of the things I said is these news people are doing right now is just giving people their opinion. But you guys give people the truth, whether they like it or not. And that's what Killer Mike does. One thing he does is he speaks the truth, but he's trying to give back. And I said that's what God has put us on this earth to do, not to help yourself, but to help others. And I said, if I can do anything, and what I want to do is go into the city and speak with him, let him teach me some of the things that's going on. Listen. That's the reason I got these listening sessions. I want to listen to what the people are saying. Because I'm going to be honest, people coming to office do not know everything. So when they tell you they know everything, they're lying to you. When they tell you they're going to roll up their sleeves and get to work, they're lying to you. The first thing they need to do is tell you, I want to bring people together, because that's how you're going to get things done. So listening to someone like Mike or Killer Mike, that's how I'm going to learn what Atlanta needs. Yes, I know what the rural areas need, but I got to know what Atlanta needs as well.
My man.
We're talking to legendary UGA, great football, great Herschel Walker. You know he's running for a Senate seat. Herschel, since you've been out there, I've got two questions, and this one and the second one will be kind of fun. But since you decided to run, have you noticed a difference in basically, of course, more attacks coming at you? Has that affected you any kind of way, seeing maybe negative things that people say about you, or were you already well prepped for that?
Well, I was well prepped for it. The only people saying negative thing about me is my own newspaper, the AJC. But they don't realize the harder they come, the harder I'm going to fight, because that's not going to bother me. Right now, this is not about Herschel Walker. This is about the people of Georgia. So they can say what they want to say. I'm going to speak the truth, whether they like it or not. And they can say what they want to say. It's not going to bother me, because he without sin cast the first stone. I've had my problems. I pick myself up, and I keep going forward. And I think what they got to do is just what you talked about early on. Why were they not there covering this new community center? Why were they not there covering that? Why do they just want to talk about negative things that's not the truth? Why don't they tell the people the truth and cover things that's right, that's going to build these communities rather than put them down?
Pass the offering plate to Bishop Herschel Walker. Bishops. My last question to you. Now, you know the Braves are on right now. They lead the series 2-1. They've got one on base. It's the top of the sixth. They're up 5-2. The question is, they've been here before. All Georgia teams have been here. There seems to be a curse. Do you believe in some type of Georgia team curse, or do you think that the Braves are going to push through and be in the World Series?
But I feel the Braves are going to push through and be in the World Series right now. And the same thing at the University of Georgia. I think these people, the teams right now, have that attitude that they can beat anyone. And I think the Braves are proving it. I tell you what, the way they've been playing baseball, it is absolutely incredible. I'm excited to watch it because I'm an Atlanta guy. I love Georgia. I'm a Georgia boy, and so I want to see them do well. It's sad that they moved that All-Star game, but Atlanta is proving that they're the best team out there right now, and I want to see them go ahead and push it through.
And I think they will, because the Major Leagues moved that All-Star game.
Yes,
My
sir.
brother, God bless you. Stay safe. Tell Mrs. Walker I met her for the first time tonight. She's a lovely woman. Tell her thank you for everything. And please, let's get Christian on for a regular segment. But we keep doing what you're doing, brother, and I appreciate it. And thank you for the compliment on my jacket, brother.
Hey, no, thank you guys. And I'll tell you what, you guys keep doing what you're doing. I'll tell you what, I don't listen to a lot of stations. I think Julie may have told you that. But just listening to you guys give me hope. And that's what I want to say. As they may say, keep hope alive. And I think you guys are doing that.
Thanks,
you,
Bishop.
Thank you so much.
Bishop Walker, our First Pentecostal Church. Thank you, brother. God bless you. Be safe.